actually enact some policy. And this is what's been so crazy, Greta, about being in this town for the last 8 months. The Democrats' entire obsession is fight Trump, get Trump, attack Trump. When they get the majority, if they ever get the majority, they're going to try to impeach Trump. And we know that, and that's their sole focus and their obsession. We would actually like to work with the Democrats on fixing health care for the American people. Unfortunately, we haven't found much willingness across the aisle to do that.
All right. Artificial intelligence, which is really going to be a problem for your younger time, your generation, as well as for your children. You know, is it a friend or is it a foe? Is it going to help the economy? Is it going to lose jobs, make opportunity? I went on it yesterday before I did this interview, and I said, give me some advice from my interview with Vice President. Vice President said,
what did it tell you?
No, this upsets me. It says, keep it punchy. He will get offensive quick. First of all, it's a grammatical error. It should be quickly. But why? I mean, is it you get such? I mean, what an insulting thing to write. He'll get,
I'll get offensive quick. I don't even know what that
quickly.
means,
I don't either. But that's my point. Is that artificial intelligence? It's supposed to be the panacea. Yet if it spits out stupid stuff like this, that's not helpful, and people are reading it. Where are we going with artificial intelligence? And what about the jobs that are going?
Yeah, so artificial intelligence is still in many cases very dumb. And I think that you asked, is it good or is it bad, or is it going to help us or is it going to hurt us? The answer is probably both. And we should be trying to maximize as much of the good and minimize as much of the bad. Let me give you a very concrete example. So two artificial intelligence headlines that I've read in just the last week is one, researchers used AI to identify a new cancer drug pathway that nobody had ever come up with, and they're actually starting to see some evidence that that could be a credible and a promising way to treat certain types of cancer. So that's great. That's what we want artificial intelligence to do, is to unlock new therapeutics so that people can live longer, healthier lives. At the same time, I saw an announcement, I think it was from Sam Altman of OpenAI, who said that basically they're going to start using AI to introduce erotica and porn and things like that. And if AI is helping us find new cures for new diseases, that's great. If it's helping us come up with increasingly weird porn, that's bad. And I think that we actually need policymakers here. And this is where, me and the president have been so focused on this issue. We want to lean in as much to the socially positive applications of artificial intelligence. But look, we know AI is going to be used by hackers. It's going to be used to defraud the banking system. It's going to be used to prey, especially on elderly people who sometimes won't be able to tell the difference between their granddaughter's voice and an artificially intelligence-generated voice. That's a main vector for fraud. That's one of these ways that people are getting defrauded. And by the way, to everybody out there, if you get a call from your granddaughter saying, I need help, send $1,000 to this account number, you should hang up the phone and call your granddaughter back and make sure that was actually her who called you.
Terrible.
Because we're seeing that fraud used by artificial intelligence. So it's going to be a mix. Like any technology, there are positive and negative.
But are we getting ready for it? Because the thing that I go to the grocery store, and it used to be that there was someone at the gate who would take my ticket after I parked. Now it's all automated, which isn't AI, but it's automation.
Sure.
And you see so many of these low-level jobs just vanishing. And it's not going to hurt you or me, but it's going to hurt a lot of people.
So I think automation is usually good. And if you look historically, for example, when the automated teller machine came out, the ATM came out, there were a lot of people who said that would destroy jobs in the banking sector. You actually have more jobs in the banking sector. Now, they're doing something a little bit different, because if you need cash, you still go to an ATM. But we actually have more jobs, more people working in the retail banking sector than we did before the ATM machine was invented. So I'm actually optimistic that that automation actually leads to higher productivity, higher wages. That's good for people. What I really worry about is the surveillance elements of AI, the defrauding elements of AI. That's the thing that we have to focus on. Kids being preyed on the internet by AI. That's what we have to focus on. And we have to try to harness the technology for the good, for curing diseases, and try to ensure that it's not being used to prey on our kids.
And of course, AI, some kids are using it to write papers, and I used to just copy all the world books. There's a little change. Times have changed. Anyway.
It's much different.
Much different. Mr. Vice President, thank you for talking to me, too.
Thanks, Greta.
People think news just happens. It doesn't. It happens because there's someone there to capture the moment, to explain it and share it. That's my job. I go where news breaks and give you the facts. Join me for The Record on Newsmax.